the broadcast as well, then like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that, ask them to join us for a few minutes and see if they won't stay for the rest of the hours. So thank you so much for joining me. And tonight, I have put together as usual, right? Different happenings across Nigeria in the last 24 hours. So we are currently dealing with the abduction and as well as the uh, assault on Omoyele Showore, who is currently being detained illegally by the Nigerian police IG, right? And in the midst of the preparation of the APC, Egbekegbe, according to one of their men, who said, in northern Nigeria, they would tell their people to reject Peter Obi because Peter Obi bragged that he brought a brewery to Anambra State as their governor, and they wouldn't want a president that is going to import alcohol to Nigeria. So he's been in that northern Nigeria in the last 24 hours, where it seems like they are yet to tell them about the alcohol money and the alcohol president or something. So it's been here and there for his usual philanthropy, philanthropy or so, right? So he gave a 25 million naira to two science related colleges in Bauchi. So I've got a few things and what he said there. It's in that Bauchi that he told newsmen that fighting corruption is not hard. He said, as long as the person who wants to fight the corruption himself is not corrupt, then fighting corruption is not that hard. Also tonight, we have a former spokesperson of the Nigerian Army who just told the world why, rehabilitating repentant terrorists wasn't a bad idea. I believe this came to be under, the Bukwari, when he secretly put in place a program called Operation Safe Corridor, where, according to them, repentant terrorists would go through the process of rehabilitation and whatever. So, while this has been in operation for more than 9 years, the scale, or should I say the tempo of the terrorism in Nigeria has not only increased, it has become like a pandemic that has now enveloped the entire country. So rather than for them to sit back and look into this policy of rehabilitating repentant terrorists, they are doubling down. So I'll show you that this evening as well. A community in Kwara currently has become deserted because the Fulani terrorists that struck there a few days ago have told them that they are coming back. And indeed, the entire town has been emptied. And guess what? It's not that they were evacuated, though. They evacuated themselves from their own, from their land. I'll show you that as well. So I think we should just get started with that, all right? So first, let us go to Bauchi, where Peter Obi has been showing his generosity to them in that part of the country. And what did he say there? The reason why you're actually going to be watching this, okay? What did he tell them? So the first part was when he met with, with the school children, or should I say with the students. Let's use students, here. I think we should start from when he met with their governor. Then he went to go and see, went to those schools and all that, right? Right. Let's start with that. Himself meeting with Bala Muhammad in Bauchi.
When we're talking, The oppositions have to work together. We found out that in the different parties today, a party in government don't want democracy to function the way it functions. I said it and I maintain categorically that if I have opportunity of serving this country, every party will function properly as a political party. I will ensure they function properly by having parties the way parties should be. Parties are supposed to be bigger than the elected people. That's what it is. I've seen here where they say president is the leader of the party. No, I disagree. I wouldn't have it if I have the opportunity. I want the party to be bigger than the president so that we can build orderliness. I want the party to be bigger than governor so that we can have orderliness. So we can subject ourselves to that. That's what it should be. Because parties will outlive us. Look at the ANC in South Africa. Has outlived Mandela, Mbeki, Zuma. I will have it. But here, everybody destroys the house that is living. We want to build what is sustainable for our children. So for me, I believe that right now, we are going through difficulties in all the parties. So what we're trying to do is to navigate where we'll come together and resolve to do the right thing for the future of our children.
My name is Paul Orode, the Sun newspaper. My first question goes to the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, and my second question will go to our governor here. The first question, sir, you contested in the 2023 presidential elections, and you have shown interest in 2027. And what new strategies or alliance are you, putting in place to ensure that you have a different outcome in 2027? Thank you, sir.
If I tell you that, then the plan will fail.
Okay. My next question is for His Excellency, sir. This is the second time that the well-respected Peter Obi is coming to Bauchi State. There are speculations, this is also time for speculation. We want to know, sir, are there any kind of plan by two of you to be in the same booth as the 2027 election is coming?
We said it now. I have already said we want him to be in PDP. So there are plans, there are desires, strategies, but certainly he has answered you. All the opposition parties must come together. And so definitely the question has been answered before you ask. We want to make sure that there is a coming together in alliances by parties that are in the opposition, so that we can present a common front. And of course, he's one of the outstanding leaders of the opposition parties, and definitely having him here is a very big delight. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Still, my questions to
when we're talking, the oppositions have to work together.
So that was in with Bala. And of course, seeing them together, you can possibly put together one or two, conspiracies or speculations. I'm not interested in that tonight. Okay. So now let's go and see what he told the students when he met with them. And then also, gave them checks. So here was when he walked in, into a supposed classroom, and, it was welcome, shared, and all of that stuff. Then he also addressed them outside one place that looks like an uncompleted building. So what did he say? Let's start with this one.
young ones, don't do our own politics. Do politics of compassion. Politics of trying to serve society. That's what we want to achieve. Thank you for having us. Speaker, on a speaker, what we're going to do, when we do, maybe what I'm going to do, I'm going to take pictures today. So when I take pictures today, when we hand over our little contribution, we want to see the students. The reason why we do that is that we're not just going, I've been here now, I see you're working. So that means we're going to come back. And we are going to come back. We want to Bauchi. This place is not completed. And these children cannot go to school. They are not completed building.
Yes, sir.
So we need to fix it.
Yes, sir.
All about them. They are my children. So while I take your people now, do you have a student union leader? Yes. Okay, so students will line up here where you're going to get the students. While I take the students, maybe for them there, and then I come and take you. Okay, thank you.
Wow, wow, wow.
So that was him. And majority of those who have been paying attention to Obi, apart from those who will tell you that he's wasting his time, he's not going anywhere, he will never be president and the rest of that. But if you pay attention very well, the more reason why they are worried about him is that the more he has young people on his side, the more dangerous Obi himself will become to the establishment. And I've said this before. This whole thing may never lead him to becoming your your president or something. But his move, his action can actually end Tifnumbu's reign as your president. And that is something that is, that's something that I want to start calling your attention to. Because sometimes when you look at why are they so desperate, what is it about him that makes them so paranoid? The guy is practicing what they called retail politics. Retail politics means he's actually meeting the potential people that will say, oh, I want to go and vote for him. And what that means again is that it continues to deplete the potency of them giving money to people during your charade elections and all of that. Because when you have more and more and more young people who have that mindset of they don't want your money, they want good government. And they will pose much threat in areas that there's a chance that one, Tifnumbu and his people, they have data that is telling them that what Obi is doing, right? The reason why it is a threat is that if he ended up radicalizing millions more young people, who majority of them, according to their data, will become, 18 before your 2023. Now, if that number should go and grow enough, right? Well, like I said, two options for them. One, if he continues like this, without them doing everything, right, to demarket him, to say, so if that failed to work, the next stage is how are they going to be able to actually pay as many people as possible to cover any other rigging they want to do, because they need to still pay some people to be able to perpetuate their rigging. Now, with what this guy is doing, the traditional politicians who only just call leaders from everywhere and say, the leader of Katangura district, the leader of Kano, Zungeru region, thought that they will call all of them into a place and give them money. And everybody will go back and just go and do what they tell them to do with the INEC and all that. So his own style of politics is so powerful, so strong, enough that it could stop Tifnubu from being your president. And you know what that means? It simply means that there, if this Obi, for any reason, like he's already told his supporters, what they did in 2023, they won't do it again in 2027. And people laughed. Here is what makes him dangerous. If Obi closes his eyes and just decided to just say they are going for the broke and order is obedient to the streets, it's over. A typical Ronuku will tell you nothing will happen. But guess what? No one inside their asshole rock will confidently say nothing will happen. Let him try it and all that stuff. That's what makes him dangerous. Because singularly, I don't know about others, so singularly, Peter Obi can pull out over 10 million people onto the street of Nigeria. But many believe that because he is also partly part of the establishment. In a way, there is no way the establishment will think without himself Obi paying a high cost too. So he's just trying to be balanced in between. And that is why it won't be like Showore, a radical activist that can, if he has such a number, such following, such kind of like a, religiously dedicated supporters. People like Tifnubu and Co would have either sit right or they would have run away from Nigeria. So again, like I said, Obi himself, if you pay attention to what, his own change of character, right now, he is now more confrontational. He is no longer playing the normal nicety and all that anymore when he's talking about Tifnubu and his gang. So that makes him dangerous. Although that danger that he is like a dragon that knows that he's a dragon. And all it takes is for him to be pissed. Once they pissed him off, he can burn everybody down. While those who feel so powerful, for instance, who feel so powerful enough to say, oh yeah, we saw how it grew. We saw how this, you became this big, well, you are not that big to us. You can do anything. And the stuffs like that. So they are hoping that he will never see himself as that dragon that could burn everybody down. Do you get that now? So Peter Obi and his retail politics of meeting the people directly where, an ordinary politician won't go to. He has perfected that so much that if they do mistakes, say, okay, did they count everybody one by one? It will trash all of these guys combined. Now, maybe rightly or wrongly, or for some of you who believes that he doesn't deserve it, to some of you who think he's not smart enough, well, rightly or wrongly, he has the strongest cult followership right now. And that wasn't something overnight. It's called retail politics. Here is what that looks like when he met with his students. He was talking to them directly. Yeah? Here. The first part.
Today, we know that the number one measure of success of any nation is health.